What is going on, you fine smelling gentlemen out there? Thanks for tuning in to the Fragrance Fraternity for another video. Do me a quick favor, support your boy, hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already. I appreciate you. Thank you in advance. Let's get it started. Today we're going to be talking about flankers of 5 specific fragrances that I have tried either all or most of in the line, and these are still the best in the line. And they've had some new releases coming out that have maybe challenged the throne, challenged the crown of best in the line. But in my opinion, these 5 are still the king of the hill. So let's go ahead and jump into it with this first one from Ralph Lauren. This is Ralph's Club Parfum. And I was able to get my nose on the new Elixir, so I can tell you my thoughts now. And this is still going to be the best one in the line. The new Elixir is a great fragrance, and it's definitely more classed up. It's got more of a woody, earthiness going on. It does deviate from the line pretty far. It doesn't really smell like the other two at all. So it's a little bit more of a situational, dressed up fragrance, and it's a great fragrance, but for the price that they're asking, you know, it's retailing for like $150, which I just think is a ridiculous price point for a designer fragrance, especially like, yeah, you know, Ralph Lauren, you guys are a great premium brand, but $150 for a designer fragrance is just kind of ridiculous, especially when the Parfum is better. It's more versatile, it's more mass appealing, it's got the blue fragrance thing going on, and it's got some nice vetiver in there, a nice kind of a powdery blue fragrance. So for the money, definitely go with the Parfum. If you have the Elixir and you like it and you want to rock it, you know, more power to you. But in my opinion, for $150, it's not really worth it at that price point, especially considering that I think the Parfum still smells the best in the line. When I tried the new Elixir, you know, it just didn't blow my mind like this Parfum did. I remember smelling the EDT and I was kind of thinking, you know, this is not really anything special. It's kind of just another blue fragrance, but it's not really wowing me. And then when I tried this Parfum, multiple times I tried it before I bought it, and every time I was just really impressed. I was just kind of, you know, you get that feeling that a nice fragrance just kind of blows you away. One that you kind of tell yourself, all right, I got to pick this up at some point because it's just got that it factor to it. Just kind of blows your mind a little bit every time you smell it or every time you try it. So happened with the Parfum, not so much with the Elixir. Even though the Elixir is a good fragrance, go with the Parfum, guys. Next one we have is from a line that I was struggling to enjoy. And this is the Boss Bottle line. This is Boss Bottle Pacific, and this stuff slaps, guys. This is a banger. The Boss Bottle line, admittedly, is not one that I could really get into that much. I tried a couple of them. I owned Boss Bottled EDP at one point, and then ended up selling it. And I know that Boss Bottled is kind of a gem in the fragrance community. You know, a lot of people show it love. And if you love it, rock it, wear it. Just for my personal taste, I was having a tough time with the Boss Bottled line and kind of got turned off from that line. So I was a little bit hesitant in buying this one, but I looked at a couple reviewers that I trust and kind of tried to get a sense of it and ended up really loving it. This is a great tropical fragrance. If you like fragrances like Tommy Bahama St. Bart's, or if you like other tropical fruity fragrances like Hollister Wave 2, you know, just stuff that puts you in that beach vacation mindset, this is probably my best one that I have right now. It's got this pina colada vibe to it. It's got this creaminess to it, and it's got that kind of having a drink by the pool, sipping on a cocktail, sipping on a pina colada, floating in the pool on vacation type of vibe too. I get good performance, good projection in this, even though it is creamy and kind of sweet. Still smells great in the heat in the summer. Very impressed with this one, and this one, it retailed originally for around $100. And at that price, I wouldn't pick it up. I wouldn't suggest picking it up at the $100 range. I got this bottle for $60, and I think the prices are going to continue to drop on these Boss Bottled fragrances like they normally do. And you can wait and even get it at a better price, but for $60, I think the quality is there, and I think it's worth it for the 100 ml. If you see it at that price and you like those creamy, tropical, pina colada type fragrances, this one may be one that is worth picking up for you. Boss Bottled Pacific. Really stoked about that one. That one's a newer one to the collection. All right, the next one up we have is 1 Million Lucky, guys. And there's so many flankers in this line. But still, this one is the one that I would consider probably the best because there's just something special about this fragrance. It is a little bit more youthful, so you have to be into more sweet, youthful fragrances. But the thing that really sets this apart is the nuttiness that it adds. It's got this, I believe, hazelnut featured in there as well. And it doesn't really smell like the original 1 million. It doesn't have that big blast of grapefruit, but it does still maintain the sweetness that the line is known for, right? This one at one point was discontinued. Everybody was saying that it was discontinued, and now it's back. So no longer, it's been revived from the dead. They brought it back, or maybe they just never discontinued it in the first place. Either way, I'm stoked that it's back, and it's been a little bit too hot for me to rock this one, but definitely in the fall time and as we get closer to the winter and the temperatures come down, this is what I'm going to be rocking a lot, especially for going out in the evenings and, you know, going to bars and going out with friends, stuff like that. This is a good one that if you want to, you know, capture some positive attention around you, this is going to be one that you can definitely go with and get some, you know, good reactions with. The next one we have is from the house of Jimmy Choo, the Jimmy Choo Man line specifically, and this one is Jimmy Choo Man Blue. This one is highly slept on. And there are some other good fragrances in this line, specifically the Jimmy Choo Man Ice, which smells kind of like Dior Cologne. It's got that lemonade vibe. And the Jimmy Choo Man Aqua is really good. It's more of like a generic blue aquatic fragrance. It is a good fragrance, but it's, you know, it's not a standout the way that this one is, in my opinion. And this one has a uniqueness in the fact that it's a blue fragrance, but it uses a leather note. So it's got some of that shower gel freshness in there with a really nice touch of leather. Normally I'm not a big fan of leather fragrances, but I like when they just add it in, just a touch of it, just to give it a little bit of class, a little bit of that nuance. It really just elevates it in a way, makes it more interesting. So Natalie Larson perfumed this, and if you know about her, she's one of the best. She did a great job here. This one gets overlooked a lot just because this blue fragrance competitive space, right, that it's in, you know, it has to compete against the Bleu de Chanel's and the Dior Sauvages, and once you start and go and comparing it to other blue fragrances, it doesn't really hold up to those because there's so many good options in that category. But if you're just going to smell this on alone and just rate it on its own, for the price that you can get it at and the overall quality of the scent here, and just how good it is, it's really worth picking up. Jimmy Choo Man Blue. If you want a slightly different take on a blue fragrance, and if you're not super into leathery fragrances, but you just want maybe a touch of it just to, you know, change it up and make the scent profile a little bit more interesting, and you have a similar taste to me, Jimmy Choo Man Blue is really worth picking up for, you know, like the 30 some odd dollars that I got that one for. Okay, last one up here. This is kind of the reason that I made this video. This kind of inspired it. Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male Les Parfums. So I just smelled the new Le Male Elixir. That one's been getting a lot of hype, a lot of positive reaction, and I can tell why. It is a really good fragrance, but let me tell you that if you're not big into vanilla benzoin combo fragrances, like I'm not, fragrances like Nishane Ani, fragrances like Leighton, super, you know, resinous vanilla benzoin, like those two notes together, it just doesn't work for me. I get these Vicks Vapor Rub vibes from it, and I just don't really like fragrances that have vanilla benzoin combo. I much prefer the cardamom and iris in here, and yeah, I would just take this one over the new Elixir every day. I think the Elixir is a good fragrance, but just for my personal taste, and if our tastes kind of align, I would say go with this one over the Elixir. So they really change it up by adding a little bit of honey, and you know, they still maintain the Le Male scent, but they really made it more of a wintertime fragrance, a really vanilla forward fragrance. So definitely gonna stick with the Le Male Les Parfums as far as my favorite in the line. And those were just the 5 that I wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys about, because I've been able to smell some of the new releases, and now I can give you my opinion on them, and I hope you value that opinion. I hope it's not just, you know, air in the wind. Let me know what you guys think of these fragrances and what is your favorite in the line, or maybe let me know about a flanker that you really enjoy that maybe is slept on a little bit. Always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time at the Fragrance Attorney. Keep smelling great out there. Keep being a good person, spreading that positivity. All right, peace out, y'all. See you on the next one.